Welcome to Education Lifeline. This is Trishita Paul, and today we will be constructing recursive and explicit rules for geometric sequences. Now, if you haven't watched our previous video on geometric sequences, the video will be linked in the description below, as well as in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Please check that video out before watching this one. In this first problem, we are asked to find the recursive and explicit rules given the table below. So recall from our previous video that the general recursive rule for a geometric sequence is f of n is equal to f of n minus 1 times r, for n is greater than or equal to 2 and given f of 1. Now, the general explicit rule for a geometric sequence is f of n is equal to f of 1 times r to the n minus 1 power. So in both of these rules, we need to know our common ratio r as well as our first value, or f of 1. So from the table above, we can see that f of 1 is equal to negative 1. We can also figure out our common ratio by dividing the first term from the second term. So that's 3 divided by negative 1, which is negative 3. Negative 9 divided by 3 is also negative 3. And just to make sure that this is actually a geometric sequence, we can continue this process all the way for all the numbers given in our table. So 27 divided by negative 9 is negative 3, and so now we know that our common ratio r for the given table is negative 3. And now, given these two values, we can write our recursive and explicit rules. So for a recursive, we have f of n is equal to f of n minus 1 times negative 3. So another way to write that is negative 3 times f of n minus 1, given f of 1 is negative 1. And for explicit rule, we have f of n is equal to negative 1 times negative 3 to the n minus 1. And that is the recursive and explicit rules for this given table. Now, moving on to the right side, we are given a recursive rule and we're asked to find it in the explicit formula. So we have f of 3 is equal to f of 2 times 0.5, given f of 1 is 52. Once again, we need to know our initial value and our common ratio to write an explicit rule. We can find our common ratio being multiplied to our f of n minus 1 value, which here is 0.5, and in a recursive rule, we are all automatically given our f of 1 value. So to write our explicit rule, we follow the formula f of n is equal to f of 1, which is 52, times r, 0.5, to the n minus 1 power. We can also write this f of n is equal to 52 times 1/2 these are equivalent statements. And for our last problem, we are given the explicit formula and asked to find the recursive rule for a given geometric sequence. So here we have f of n is equal to 4 times 3 to the n minus 1. Let's find our f of 1 value. That tends to be being multiplied by the r to the n minus 1. So f of 1 is 4. We can also, sometimes it helps to rewrite the actual formula above or below our given formula, minus 1 times 3 for n is greater than 2 and an f of 1 value of 4. If this video was helpful, please drop a like and subscribe to Education Lifeline. Be sure to watch our next video on finding geometric sequences given two terms, and check the description for more helpful resources. We include tips as well as practice problems in the description of all of our videos. Please make sure to leave any questions in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.